Today is a perfect day to work on some Masonic art. Let's see. Welcome, welcome. My name is Juan Sepulveda, the host of the Winding Stairs Freemasonry podcast. I'm hoping that you are doing well. Welcome to my channel. Let's take a quick look here. Make sure that everything is in order. Today, let me show you real quick. Today I'm working on this piece. I'm going to be working live on this work of art. Yes, it looks upside down, but that's okay. Maybe I can change it real quick. Here we go. Let me know if that looks better. That looks better. So today I'm going to be working on this piece. It's titled Divine Correspondence. I'm sorry, Unlocking Divinity is the name of this piece. And this piece is inspired by a presentation that I have been giving in various lodges. And these is about our communication with the divine. How through Masonry we are able to unlock the kind of communication that we seek for. It delves a little bit into Hermeticism, so you can see a little bit about what inspired me about it. If you have any questions or comments, make sure to put those in the comment section. Brother Chris Matty, fraternal greetings. Good to see you all. So I'll be working for a little bit here, possibly for the next 40 minutes or so. If you have any questions about the work, if you have any comments, please let me know in the comment section. I'll try to stay abreast of those and answer them as they come in. But I'm excited about this piece because the content of this presentation is something that I'm very excited about. Talking to brothers about being able to correspond with the divine, to have a communication with the divine that inspires us, that helps us in that process of perfection. So I'm excited. I'll show you some of the symbols that I'm working on in it. Let me know if you have any questions or any comments. But I'm welcoming you to my studio. Come on in. I may not look up at the camera or at the computer too often because I want to make sure that this is a beautiful piece. So let's jump into it. There's the piece. And Brother Stump, welcome, welcome. Good to see you. So I'm working here with a couple of different tools, and right now I think, yep, I got the right one here. Hopefully you can see this. All right, let me get my everything started. So this piece, Correspondence with the Divine. Actually, I keep on calling it that, Correspondence with the Divine, but the name that I had settled with was Unlocking Divinity. But I think it makes more sense to call it Correspondence with the Divine, because that's the name of the presentation. So this shading has erased a little bit of my lines. This is made on a piece of paper that's over 100 years old. The presentation about correspondence with the divine has to deal with the second principle of Hermeticism. As above, so below. So you can see some elements as above and we have this rocket ship going up. If you hear the presentation that I have to give, it makes complete sense once you make it. Here you have Jacob's ladder, or the rungs going up into heavens, and it transforms into the rocket that's going up. The casket also alludes to generally the shape of the shields on the James Webb Space Telescope. Let me get another pen here. Some of my pens are running out of fuel. Excuse me. Okay, I'm back. I just have a lot of implements here, and not all of them are working. Let's see if this one's working better. Yeah, that's better. So this is a page from a book that's over 100 years old. It's about the history of Freemasonry. I'm gonna have to wear my funky glove. I have a little glove that I wear so that I don't mess up my. It's just a couple fingers, just so that I'm not smearing as I work on this piece. So I'm thinking I'm gonna get some shape to this rope. It's supposed to be frayed right here, so I'm gonna even bring some of those frayed elements in front of this little panel, so it's like you don't even know what's holding it up. This needs to be a little bit darker here. Never seen my Masonic art before, or if you haven't seen some of the newer items in the collection, definitely check them out by going to thewindingstairs.com. This piece right here is part of a collection called Unlocking, the Unlocking Collection. And I want to say I have over a dozen pieces in this collection. They're all made in this antique pages. The previous one that I created was for a competition out in Pennsylvania. The Grand Lodge of Pennsylvania put together an exhibition. It was an open competition open to Masons and non-Masons alike. And I submitted a piece. It had to be inspired by Pennsylvania's Masonry and the history of Pennsylvania. So I created a piece that included elements from Philadelphia. It was made on a piece of paper from this very book, where it talked about a brother who was born in Pennsylvania and moved to Ohio, ended up being a Grand Master down there. So even the page that I made the art on was related to Pennsylvania. So that was cool. That piece went on to win first place in the category of drawing for the competition. So right now, that piece is on display at the Grand Lodge of Pennsylvania. So if you're near Philly and you want to check it out, just stop by the Grand Lodge during the weekdays and check out all the pieces that won. So mine won first place in the category of drawing. They had painting, sculpture, digital art, among others. So I was supposed to go out there for the gala night, but unfortunately my flight got canceled and I ended up not going. What's going on? So just like our journey in Masonry to perfect our ashlar, the process of perfecting a work of art like this one requires a lot of time, a lot of dedication, a lot of patience. It doesn't happen fast. But some people enjoy watching paint dry. I find this to be therapeutic. This presentation, the presentation that inspired this piece, talks about the connection between the heavens and the earth and how we can see patterns in the celestial that we can then learn from and implement in the terrestrial. So I'm very excited about that presentation. I'm going to be in a couple of weeks, I'm going to be in Illinois giving this presentation live for some brothers out there. And the brothers there are going to see the finished piece in person, this piece right here. These right here are the pomegranates. Hello. Welcome to the Sepulveda studio. Hmm? I am. Uh-oh. Is mommy here? Mommy here?
No, she went already.
Okay.
But the new Starbucks is open.
Nice.
Yes, I saw the cars in the drive-thru. Cars everywhere.
That's cool. I'm broadcasting, by the way.
Broadcasting?
People heard you.
Really?
All right. Let me know if you can hear me better now. I had the microphone really far from my face. Now you should be able to hear me better. And I can also turn this up a little bit. That's what I'm talking about. There you go. 1, 2. Check. 1, 2. 1, 2. There. You should hear me better now. So with this, as I make little corrections here and there, I notice different things and then I make them better. For this piece, I started with a sketch. And to be honest, I really like the sketch. The sketch turned out real nice. So I'll probably make that sketch into a piece on its own. Here's the B, symbolizing industry, hard work, and dedication. Here I have my little eraser. It's going to make that thing look shiny. For those of you in the Central Florida area, I'm going to be giving a presentation at Mount Dora Lodge. It's not the same presentation that inspired this piece. It's a different presentation called Burning the Taper. And that presentation is going to happen Thursday night at Mount Dora Lodge, number 238 in Mount Dora, Florida. If you're in the Central Florida area, come and see me. The topic at hand deals with the whole burnout situation where people don't come to lodge. How can we address it? Talks about the different kinds of archetypes of brothers that we have in lodge and how to help them have the best experience in lodge. So if you're in a leadership position in Freemasonry, I definitely encourage you to come check out that presentation. If you're just a brother who wants to have a better experience in your Masonic journey, come see me. We'll talk about how you can have the best experience possible. There we go. This paper absorbs the ink. Good thing is that this ink is a light fast ink, so even if exposed to ultraviolet light, it tends to keep its intensity. So this piece is going to be very vibrant for many years to come. There we go. Much better. Thank you, thank you. Alaikum salam. And this little ribbon, I don't want to add too much to it, because it's supposed to have something written in it, and I don't want to make it difficult to add those words later to it. There we go. It looks like it's wrapped around the coffin. Death is just an illusion. The energy within us continues. How it continues, nobody knows. Everybody claims to know, but nobody does. But that energy goes somewhere. Where does it go? Nobody knows. A lot of people claim to know, but they don't. If you're watching this live, let me know where you're watching from. Let me know how you found out that I was broadcasting this live. I'm curious to know how you found out about it, how you ended up here seeing me finish this Masonic piece. This page in particular for this, from this book, talks about the Essenes. Oop, that's too dark. I gotta soften that up a little. There we go. Blend it in. Only by faith. Harmony Lodge number 699 in Buffalo, New York. Fraternal greetings. Thank you for being here. All right, give me 1 minute. I gotta check something real quick. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Juan Sepulveda. I'm the host of the Winding Stairs Freemasonry podcast. Nice to meet you. Thank you for joining me here, spending some time with me while I work on my art. I have a new episode that came out today. If you haven't checked that out, make sure to check it out on your favorite podcast player. I have an episode where I'm talking about inconsistencies in Freemasonry. There's some good inconsistencies and there's some bad inconsistencies? How can we tell them apart? And what do we do with them once we identify them? It was a great conversation with my friend and brother, Andrew. Brother Metal Drew. For those of you who follow. So for those of you who don't know me, with my, why is this guy talking here? Brother Metal Drew. There you go. So I get a chance to speak with Brother Andrew Rizzoletto, and we discuss the inconsistencies we find in Freemasonry. We have Brownsburg Lodge number 241 in Indiana in the house. Fraternal greetings. Thank you for being here. All right, let's get back to this. So, in that conversation, it was a very good conversation. We had a little bit of audio trouble, but nothing that we can't overlook and just focus on the content. I think it was valuable, especially for brothers who are trying to make a positive impact in their lodges. How many times we find people who are interested in Freemasonry, they want to learn a little bit more, but it's almost a luck of the draw, like they say, of whether he gets a good introduction to Freemasonry or a kind of strange one. I don't know how many of you, if this has ever happened to you, where someone comes in just to learn a little bit more about Masonry, try to understand a little bit about the process of joining the craft, and then they get approached by a brother that is going to hit them with some weird stuff. Is going to confuse them more. We got Lakeshore 307 in the house. Brother Chris Matty. Digital Trees. Black River Lodge number 786 in Lorain, Ohio. Fraternal greetings. Thank you so much for being here. I love it as I continue to work on these pieces and they look like they're starting to come to life. It's like the little details that really make a work of art come to life. It's like, here, how dark I make this is going to push this sphere into a deeper dimension. I don't know how good you can see that on the webcam, but some of the inconsistencies that we find in Masonry is the whole process of getting to know the potential candidate. Some lodges are very eager to just hand some stranger that comes out of, stumbles into the lodge, eager to give them a petition. And I understand it. It's like, we want to make sure that our lodges are growing. We don't want to miss an opportunity. But these are men that are going to sit in lodge with us. These are men that are going to spend time with our families during family events. And vetting them properly includes getting to know them a little bit better before they get a paper petition on their hands. One of the litmus tests that I often recommend is if you don't know that you would be comfortable with this person sitting in your dining room table with your children and your wife, then you're not ready to vote him into the lodge. That's how I see it. If you think about it in a different way, I would love to hear it, so let me know. Blaine Stearns, welcome. Good to see you, brother. Thank you for stopping by. Make sure to say hello, guys, if you just showed up. Just stop by the comment section real quick and say hello. All right, I think I'm getting ready to work on this skull. Let's darken these eyes real quick. This skull right here is inspired by an actual 3D print I have of a real skull. It sits here on my mantle. It's over 1,000 years old. Well, not the 3D print, but the skull itself. I almost forgot. I got to give this skull a little shading, a little shadow. Let's see. Let's just sit it down here real quick. Like this. There. And that would be hitting a little bit of this as well. And I think I need to cast a little shadow here to separate the two. And darken the proximity around the perimeter. I think I'm good with that for now. And here I can see that the intensity of the shadows cast from this ribbon, they need to be more aggressive. Guys, a reminder, if you don't follow the Winding Stairs Freemasonry podcast yet, make sure to add that to your podcast player. I have a new episode every Tuesday morning. So there was a brand new episode today. And I have a brand new YouTube video every Wednesday afternoon at 3 p.m. So make sure to subscribe on YouTube. Don't miss out the episodes that I'm creating. I'm very proud of the collection that I'm building in my channel. I'm trying to provide as much help to my fellow brethren in making a positive experience for the brothers of their lodges. I have a new series that I'm working on where I talk about the membership situation that we may have in some lodges where we don't have enough people coming in and we just have an outflux, an exodus of members. getting to the bottom of why that's happening and what can we do about it. I think it's important for the health of our fraternity. And if we think about the lessons that Masonry has to offer a man today, being diligent in avoiding attrition in our lodges is important because our communities need the kind of information that we provide in the lodge. So make sure to check out the latest episodes of The Winding Stairs as soon as they come out every Tuesday morning on your favorite podcast player and every Wednesday afternoon on YouTube. You can also head over to thewindingstairs.com where you can see the collection of past episodes and you can see the growing collection of Masonic art and apparel that I produce. I have some really cool promotions coming up for Black Friday. If you want to be a part of that, make sure to sign up for my email list. If you want to be among the first, if you like my art and you like the kind of designs that I'm putting out, you definitely want to be a part of our Black Friday promotions. We're also working on some new designs. In addition to new Masonic art, we have some new apparel design. We strive to make our apparel the most comfortable, the most durable, and we want to make sure that when a brother sees you wearing it, you can strike a conversation about Masonry anywhere. We have some discreet designs as well as some very flashy ones, but you'll be the judge of it. Just make sure to go to thewindingstairs.com and check it out. I'd love to hear what you think of it. See, right now, I'm very careless in putting this shadow down, but I can come with my little handy dandy chewing gum. Looks like a chewing gum, but it's a rubber eraser, and then I can clean those lines real good. I think I gotta drop a little bit of shadow here on this edge to give it some depth. Let's see how this looks. Let me check something real quick. Thank you so much, Digital Trees. I appreciate you, brother. All right, thank you for your patience. There we go. So, I'm hoping to be able to take this piece over to the presentation I'm doing Thursday. Again, if you're in the Central Florida area or you know someone in the Central Florida area, let them know that I'm going to be presenting at Mount Dora Lodge number 238. I'm going to be presenting a paper called Burning the Tapers. Definitely got to check it out. It's about burning the candle on both ends and how can we get the most out of our Masonic experience. You definitely check that out if you can. Come and see me. So let's see if I can finish this piece so I can bring it over. These bones here need a little bit of life in them. Wait till you see my favorite part of this whole process is once I put some highlights on this art, it really comes to life. So I'm really looking forward to seeing that part. See, I'm putting a little bit of shading here under these. By the way, we're getting close to Thanksgiving. I'm excited about Thanksgiving. I was dreading it a little bit because of the amount of work we got to do before then. But my wife does most of the work when it comes to it. I cook the turkey, though. That's my thing. I'm the turkey guy in the house. Putting a little bit of patina here on this. If you see the majority of the pieces in my unlocking collection, if you go over to the Winding Stairs and check them out, you'll see that they'll have a keyhole or a key or something related to it in it. This needs to be darker. Uh-oh, I got something down here. Son of a gun. It's showing through in my shading. So what am I missing here? I think I need to put more shading on this part right here. To make sure that it looks like it's dipping down. Let's do that real quick. I have this and I blend it down. I got to be very careful not to rub this too much because it's such an old piece of paper. I'll lose the paper. I'll break it if I'm not careful. So I have to be very careful how I apply the shading and how do I spread the, what you call this, the graphite around. See, I think I got to delineate this a little bit more. Let's do that. Oof, I can hear there the paper is giving away a little bit, so I gotta take it easy with it. Oh, this right here, it's like it doesn't match. That's impossible. It's an optical illusion here. I gotta do that. Here's the rocket. This is intended to represent an Aries 5 rocket. And in my presentation, I talk about the December 21st, 2021 launch of the rocket that carried the James Webb Telescope. I don't know if you knew this or not, but the James Webb Telescope was named after James Webb, who is a former NASA administrator, but he's also a brother. I made a video where I give some history about where this brother, what lodges he went to, where was he initiated, passed and raised, and you can be very proud to be a Mason and be in the company of such amazing historical figures like James Webb. Now, granted, he was not without controversy. You'll hear some of it in the episode. So if you haven't heard it yet, make sure to head over to your favorite podcast player, or even better, go to the Winding Stairs and check out the episode there, because I embedded the video and I show illustrations of how Brother Webb looked. You can see photos of his lodge. You can see photos of him with the President of the United States at the time. It's definitely really cool, so please check it out. So head over to thewindingstairs.com and look at the episode on James Webb. It's back from July. I think so, July. And look, I'm going to take my signature and I'm going to put a little drop shadow on it. See, it looks like that signature is floating up. Boom. You see that? And I think this little atomic doohickey needs a little shading. It looks a little basic. We don't have room for basic in this collection. Now these pillars are floating up. I think I need to sit them down a bit. Let's see if we can do that. So we add a little shading here. And we let it fade into nothingness. Let's see how that looks. I don't know if you can hear it, but there's a house nearby who's getting the roof replaced, and I can hear all the nailing. I don't know if you can hear that or not. There's a couple of details that I have to do to finish this piece, which is include the cipher right here. I just really have to be careful to not mess it up, because the last thing I want is for there to be a cipher that is undecipherable. So if you want to see how this piece is done, I mean how it ends up looking, make sure to go to thewindingstairs.com. Make sure to follow me in all different social media accounts. If you're on TikTok, follow me. I go live every Monday and Wednesday, and I share content there that I don't share anywhere else. So if you don't follow me there, you're missing out. So thank you for hanging out with me. I hope that you had some fun checking my process, my creative process. I just have maybe 20 more minutes left that I will do off camera, but make sure to sign up for my emails. I have a book that I give out for free. If you go to links.thewindingstairs.com, there's a link there for the free book. Once you download that book, I'll send you emails later on letting you know about the new items that come out, the new drawings, new paintings, if I'm going to be in your area, all that kind of stuff. My brother Jacob, yours is coming right up, right quick. I'm excited for how that one's going to shape out to be. Congratulations on all your success. I'm excited to see it. I saw that you just hung your certificate. I'm very proud of you. But thank you all for joining me for this little painting session, this little drawing session. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys very soon. And until next time, may your steps be firm and your path illuminated as we continue our journey up the winding stairs.